that diesel crap.
Why do I like the 5.9 Cummins so much? Well, they sound cool, for one. 2, inline 6. They're simple. They're balanced. 2 cylinders going up, 2 cylinders going down. Sorry, that's a 4. That's an inline 4. I used to have one of those too. With an inline 4, you have 2 cylinders going up and 2 cylinders going down all the time, which is why the Volkswagen TDIs and the 4BT Cummins are so rattly. The 6BT, the 6 big turbo, come on, I'm using a camera gimbal here. Not nearly as rattly. Let's pop this hood open and take a look at some things here. Come on, camera, let's do some things. I'm also trying to use my back camera so you guys can get better video quality. Okay, hood is popped. All right. Oh, camera. Hold, please. Let's try that now. Maybe my gimbal will cooperate a little bit better. So, 6 cylinders in a row, ready to tow, as the old saying goes. It's just a really, for towing and just for general everyday driving, I love it. I love having that torque versus just having lots of horsepower, right? Like, pretty much any newer diesel could just walk away from this thing, but this thing is, they're special, you know? And I also have a newer, here, see it back there. I also have, not that car, a 4th gen back there that's been my main daily driver for years now, but this thing's special. They're just simple. So this one is the, ooh, gimbal, what are you doing? There we go, camera gimbal, doing camera gimbal things. Okay, maybe I'll just hold the phone. Anyway, this style of Cummins, this is not the legendary 12 valve, right? 12 valves are cool because, well, certain 12 valves. A little Cummins history. The original 12 valve that came in the, I believe, 89 Dodge Ram was a Bosch VE style rotary injection pump, which was used widely in the diesels in the 80s. I actually have a 1980 Volkswagen Rabbit with the exact same Bosch VE style injection pump. They work, they do their job, but they're not like crazy. I believe it was in 1994, Cummins put the legendary P pump, right? So everybody talks about the P pump, and that's what kind of made the 12 valve legendary, was that P7100 pump from Bosch. They're just super simple, really easy to make power with. There's even some really cool stuff you can do. I think Power Driven Diesel has a box that you put in your cab and you can crank up the power just like one of the newer diesels. Those are kind of the legendary ones. Mine is a little less legendary. This particular, hold on. I feel like we're looking to my left. I might give up on this camera gimbal. We'll see. This particular Dodge is a 2001. So in 2001, you got a, right here. This is a VP44 injection pump. Still a good injection pump. You can actually use a tuner on these guys. This truck that I got here came with a Smarty tuner that was absolutely crazy. I had to tune it down to stock, and even in its stock form, it's still quite powerful. Another cool thing about this truck, other than the engine, we'll come back to that air filter. I'm sure some of you have already spied that. I just got this truck, work in progress. My truck has something really cool that I really like. Let's get in here. Oh, all right, that's this guy right here. Come on, turn. It has a manual transmission, 6-speed manual, NV5600 from the factory, which I love to drive. It is just a fun thing to drive around town. It feels like you're driving a tractor down the street, and I love it. Yeah. I'm gonna flip this camera and give you guys a little truck tour of the interior minus my face. Okay, here is the interior of the truck. We have a, very cracked dash, but we have a dash skin for it. So that helps out. We also have a very cracked windshield. What else we got in here? We got the classic Dodge multicolored cloth seats and door card inlays. This thing just feels like you're driving in the 90s, and I kind of love it. It just kind of takes you back in time a little bit. let's do a little fire up here. You guys can hear what this sounds like. I'm also gonna go over in this video some things I need to do to this truck, because it's 2026. This thing was made in 2001, which means it's 25 years old. So it's got some things that need to get fixed. But let's listen to this guy fire up. Beautiful. Oh no, that's gonna be a fun one for the video. Camera gimbal stuff, 243,201 miles, and it still starts up just like that. All right, giving up on the gimbal. So, as you can see, this thing is really healthy. Got that 5-inch exhaust, which I am going to put a muffler on. Actually, let's talk about the stuff I want to do to this truck. That'd be a cool segue. All right, you guys, let's talk about what I know I need to do to this truck and what I've done so far. What I've done so far, I have changed the oil because the oil was like tar. I have also repaired let me flip this around. Down in here is, wait, where is it? Right there, I think. Yes, right there underneath that plate. That is the factory lift pump. The lift pump had a leak. There's like a little seal right on the top of it, and it was just leaking diesel out of there. So I fixed that, I changed the oil, and then I have another fuel leak, unfortunately, which is very present still, but better. Right here, there is it's a metal pipe that runs from the fuel tank up to the lift pump, and it's got a hole worn in it from the fuel tank, squishing it in between the frame. I dropped the tank, didn't have time to fix it properly, put some quick steel on there, and I still have a small leak. So, fuel leak, air filter, because this thing is, yep, not sure what kind of filter that is, where it came from, but it definitely needs to get replaced. Probably going to throw a serpentine belt on it as well. It looks okay. I just really have no idea how old it is. So the thing could be, 5 years old for all I know. Let's see, valve cover, not really leaking. You can kind of see maybe a little bit of a leak, so I'm not too worried about that. I do have some other leaks. The typical front rear main of the old Cummins. It's definitely a little weepy, right? You can see it under here. It's nothing crazy. It's not actively like leaking, but it is doing its thing, right? It's been 25 years and 243,000 miles. So one very large leak I do have is on my steering box. I believe it's the, whatever this shaft seal is called. Not the sector seal. I'm forgetting the name. But that guy's leaking real bad, and I've actively got, you can see it right there on the end of my bolt for my pitman arm. I got a drop of oil forming right there, and it is definitely making itself known. So I definitely have to either reseal this steering box or get a new one. It feels pretty tight, actually, shockingly enough. So I might just reseal it myself, save a few bucks. All right, let's back up here. The other thing that I'm going to end up replacing is my master cylinder for my brakes, because the pedal is real smushy, and then the last inch of the pedal is where all the work's being done. Safe to drive? I don't know. Hello. I'm over here talking to myself, making a video. All right. The pedal's a little bit smushy, so I definitely need to get that replaced sooner than later. Been using my gears in the transmission to slow me down a lot. Does it stop safely? Yes. Does it have the feeling of power brakes that you're used to in a more modern vehicle? Not really. So I will take care of it. Then let's see, let's talk about something I can actually do really soon here. I don't have a reciprocating saw. I usually just borrow my dad's. He's supposed to bring it. And I got this guy right here. This is a muffler of sorts. And you can see it's got a center hole. And it's almost like an auger, like a grain auger. What it does is it spirals the air coming out of your, I don't know. It makes it quieter. I have stuck it on the end of the pipe and it has definitely made it quieter. So we'll just tuck that out of the back seat for now. So, oh, and then the other one that is quite annoying sometimes and why I try to float my gears whenever I can, except for starting and stopping, is my throw-out bearing is noisy. It's not a crazy noise, but it is. I notice it because I work on machines a lot for a living, and just one of those things I'll get taken care of eventually, you know? When it starts making more noise, I will definitely get it taken care of. But this thing is pretty sweet, pretty special. It definitely has, it's got some stuff, you know? It's not perfect, but it's 25 years old, and I'm 11 years older than it, and I'm also not perfect. Some fun stuff. Oh yeah, I forgot about these too. We'll get back to the fun stuff. Fender liners. I do not have fender liners because someone put a 4th gen bumper on this thing. So eventually I'd like to do like a custom welded up bumper on the front of this thing. We'll get to that. But I do need a fender liner because one of the most important things right here, this is a wiring harness. I want to make sure I get that protected. So that's probably right up there with the master cylinder and the steering box to get that guy fixed up, especially before winter hits here in Montana. Let's see what else. What else? There's some quirks to this thing. So if you look, so the truck's white, right? The truck is white. The hood is white. But if you look at the hood, the underside of it is black. And then if you look real closely at this, it says, where is it? Right there. Standard duty 4-speed auto trans. So this is not the original hood. It's black, but if you come over here, it was red before it was black, before it is now white. So this thing has had a hood put on it. I think it's also had some front fenders put on it. If you look, I think it's more noticeable on the other side. You can kind of see that line right there where it's been painted. Yes, you can see it really good right here. You can see there's been some paint action going on here, which I don't really care that much, honestly. Frame straight on this thing. It's not the end of the world. I think this is probably a ranch truck somewhere here in Montana because it's got that giant CB antenna on it. But I feel like this was their favorite ranch truck. It also has a flip over ball, which had not been flipped over in about probably 25 years because it was so stuck. I haven't even put it back in yet because I want to wire wheel it. But you can tell this thing, it's got extra stuff on it now because it's sitting in my driveway. It is super rusty, and it took much PB blaster and PB blaster, hammer from the bottom, hammer from the top while I'm pulling on it. So I'm gonna wire wheel out the hole and the ball itself. Let's talk about what else on this thing. It's got some bed damage here. I don't know if this is the original tailgate or not. The bed liner stuff on it is green while the rest of the truck is black. I don't know if that was a factory thing with a different colored bed liner or if this is just faded and it was black. That'd be kind of interesting. The rear bumper is definitely not pretty and does not match well. Actually, I just noticed this for the first time. My trailer hitch is, I'm trying to figure, that's interesting. My trailer hitch that's on this thing is either not centered or the bumper is not centered. No, it's the hitch. The hitch is not centered. That's hilarious. That is the first time I noticed it, literally on this video. Let's take a look. Why is this not centered? Oh, because it's super bent. Heck yeah. All right, so this thing, that's hilarious. I literally did not notice. I'm noticing this for the very first time right now. Oh, I also don't have a spare tire. Again, not the end of the world. But you can see this hitch definitely hit something that came down hard. Even this is a little bent in the back of my frame, the very tail piece. So I'm probably not going to be towing much with this thing until I get a new hitch put on it, because that's probably not very safe. That metal has been fatigued. So add that to the list. New hitch. But I could tow a fifth wheel just fine. Anyway, bumper, large dent, missing the cap, tail light broken. Yeah. Anyway, this video, ooh, we're almost at 10 minutes already. Anyway, YouTube, I could probably spend, ooh, camera dirty. I could probably spend hours talking about this truck, but I want to keep the video a little short. And I could, you know, point out all this stuff like, oh, the bed's a little, you know, cracked. Dude, this thing's seen probably 150 of its 243,000 miles on freaking dirt roads somewhere here in Montana. Like, I ain't mad at it. I'm not going to share with you guys how much I paid for it yet, because some of you probably think I paid too much, especially you 6.0 Power Stroke guys. And I love this thing, man. It's just got character. It's Cummins, and I love it. So we'll go for a test drive here in a minute. I gotta go somewhere, so we'll do that. And then if you're watching this video and you made it all this way, let me know if we should keep this going. I could definitely make some content about just your average Joe or average Pete fixing up his Cummins. Call it the Cummins Chronicles. I think that's got kind of a cool ring to it. They don't make trucks like this anymore, unfortunately. Especially the pre-emissions trucks are getting harder and harder to find, so I'm gonna keep this guy alive as long as possible. So let me know what you think. Let's go for a drive. Cummins Chronicles, episode 1. Let's do it. Like that name? Let me know. All right, we're gonna see how this works. Camera gimbal sitting on the passenger seat. Maybe I can buckle it. That'll help a little bit. Sure, maybe. I don't know, we're gonna find out. All right, 2 things I wanted to address after I thought about it. First of all, this is not a pre-emissions vehicle. There's always been emissions since like the 60s and 70s, I believe, from the EPA. What this truck does not have is an EGR valve or any DPF, SOC, SCR, right? It's pre that stuff. It's not pre-emissions. Just did not have didn't have some of the stuff that the newer trucks have. So let's do a little fire up. Oh yeah, that, and what was the other thing? Or something else. Oh, one of the biggest reasons I like the Cummins engine, and I don't think I covered it, gear driven engine, no timing chain. So the timing system is all gear driven instead of with a chain. Utterly reliable, other than that killer dowel pin thing on the old 12 valves. Where like the dowel pin fell out and trashed the gears, but that has since been corrected on a lot of vehicles, and to my knowledge on the 24 valve didn't have that issue. So let's fire this thing up and take it for a rip. There's my throwout bearing. It's working. Hasn't fallen over yet. Oh, all I had to do was say it. Oh. angle, I guess. Camera gimbal, very sad. Okay. That didn't work so good. Well, that's real life, dude. Maybe I'll just hold it. I'll just hold it while I'm shifting gears. That could be cool too. You guys got to see what the door looked like, the inside of the door. Ooh, maybe I could stick the tripod leg under my leg. There we go. That might work. Let's do that. That kind of works. This thing runs great. And, oh, 6th gear. And then we're doing about 35 miles an hour. This thing is basically idling. We're about like 1050 RPMs. And my EGTs are right at 500, so this thing's pretty cool. We're gonna take a quick rip up a hill here and show you guys what this thing can do. We gotta sit at a stoplight first, which means I get to start from a stop again. Oop, throw out bearing. We're drying. I think of using this camera gimbal. It's all right. Take a rip up this road right by my house. It's very steep uphill, kind of steep uphill. I think it's like 7% grade or something like that. And we'll hit the traffic circle at the top and come back down. That was stopped to 50 right there. So this thing's a lot of fun. I like shifting gears. It connects you with the road. Just fun times. And it sounds like that. And I get to drive like a big trucker, floating my gears. We're gonna go right back down the hill. Going a little fast. I live in Mexico. That's fine. Just kidding. Gotta cut that part out. Gotta edit that. Going too fast to get third. Apparently, I just can't downshift. That's okay. Oh, there it is. Yeah, we were just going too fast. I grew up driving an NV5600 in a gas truck. And the way the gears are split on this guy is very different. Still kind of getting used to it. Kind of have the NV4500 gear splits programmed into my brain. I'm learning what to do with that extra gear. Another stoplight. No clutch. We're cruising. We are cruising. Just some things about this truck that aren't perfect, right? Like, I would show you, but I'm driving. The sunglasses holder, the little clip's broken, and when I got my fart sucker window open, the wind pushes it open. So that's one thing. My headliner is starting to droop right by my face up here, right by the windshield, the top edge. So I'm gonna have to re-glue that. Still a cool truck. I still love it. Some of you guys also may have noticed I have dealer plates on this truck. Me and my good buddy Brett own a dealership here in Montana, Black Mountain Motors. We're you know, we pretty much love anything with wheels and with an engine. It's kind of how we are. I'm definitely the Cummins guy of the group. I'm that guy in my friend group. Everybody else probably has a little more sense, but I love these things. Maybe we'll make some more dealer related videos too. Might be fun. Try to be nice with my exhaust. Dad with a stroller right next to me. Going through residential neighborhoods. Not trying to be that guy. I'm not a 17-year-old kid. I am a dude in my mid to late 30s. While I still love this stuff, I'm trying not to be totally that guy cruising through a neighborhood. And I definitely need to get my muffler installed. But soon. There we go. Impressive shift. Noticing too, I might have a little bearing noise from somewhere. When I get going a little faster, it's got kind of like that bearing whine sound. Not on decel, only on acceleration. So I'm gonna have to get it up in the air or crawl under it and look at that. Could be my carrier bearing, could be my transfer case, could be anything. Could be any bearing. There's a few on this thing. I got a green light now. we're going, with a little slight detour to drive up a cool road. Let this thing really breathe. The camera gimbal idea, we'll see. I don't know. I can't even adjust it. There we go. All right, guys. Thanks for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Catch you on the next one.